Hey fantastic people, welcome back to F1ntastic Gaming. You can see we are back with a brand new video today at a brand new circuit, the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. This is our first video on the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. I did a Twitch stream racing as Sebastian Vettel, which did not age well because Vettel said he was not looking forward to race in Saudi Arabia, although it has kind of aged well because now he's holding a karting event for women in Saudi Arabia, which is great to hear. But yeah, onto the actual racing now. You can see we're on the soft tires. We're gonna do a qualifying session, full qualifying, and then we're gonna head into a 25% race. But yeah, I did do a stream on Twitch. All this footage is from that stream. You can watch that full stream and my actual first laps around the circuit on my Twitch account. It's twitch.tv/F1ntastic Gaming. And yeah, now we're gonna go out. We're gonna see what the pit exit is like. I feel like this is gonna be kind of like Hanoi, the Vietnam Grand Prix circuit, and you can see instantly we spin because I did not use traction control or racing line at the beginning. But yeah, this second time we didn't spin. I did use flashbacks for this video because at a new circuit I do struggle a lot at new circuits in the beginning, so I did use flashbacks. You can see on my stream that I did. I won't show the actual flashbacks as I get damage again because I'm too eager on the throttle through the chicane. This is turn 4 and turn 5. Honestly, I feel like it's a ruined overtaking opportunity, but I analyzed the actual circuit in a blog post which I just published on F1ntastic.com, and you can see that we spun around again. This is like the third spin already, and we haven't even gotten out of the first sector, I think. But yeah, I flashback those. We didn't get a grid penalty. We're actually gonna try and push to start the flying lap now. You can see we're coming down this long back straight. I guess you can call it a straight. It's not really a straight, it's more of a curve, but it's full throttle the whole time, and the track is pretty wide here, so it's fine. And now through the final corner, it's a good overtaking opportunity, that final corner, if you can get a run and if you can get some slipstream, and it's also helpful to catch up to other cars, as you will see. But now we are starting our very first flying lap, going down to turn 1. We hit that apex nicely. Coming through turn 2, we have a pretty good run, although the exit is not that good. Coming through turn 3 now and down into turn 4, you can see, can we hit the apex this time? Yes, we can. Through turn 5, we're into this very difficult, like a really high speed and difficult section. It's not very difficult, it's just that so many of these corners are blind. You can see we're running off the track. We're all over the place because I just didn't anticipate that the turns would be so sharp. I was not used to the circuit at all. Down to turn 13, my favorite corner in the circuit. It's a hairpin that is banked, and it's actually quite a long hairpin, so if you don't make the overtake here, you can push on the exit, and it's a very fun corner to drive. And as you'll see, it's plenty of racing there. Now into the chicane. After that, you can see we hit the wall at the exit of the chicane because the track is still curving when you're exiting that chicane, so you gotta be careful to make sure that you don't hit the wall there. You gotta keep turning to make sure that you stay out of the wall. Down to turn 22 now. Through turn 23, you can see we ran wide at turn 23 because, and yeah, this is a 27 corner circuit. That is a lot of corners. It's definitely by far got the most corners of any of the F1 circuits on the calendar this year. But yeah, into turn 27, you can see we get a much better run through here, much better exit compared to the outlap. And now down to the line we go. What kind of time can we get? It's a 1 minute 33.1, and we're behind Mick Schumacher, which means we definitely messed up. It was a pretty bad lap, and yeah, that lap time proves it. That position on the leaderboard proves it too. But it's alright for my first lap around the circuit. I feel like it's pretty good for the first lap around the circuit. But yeah, now we tried another lap. We went up to P17. It was a 1 minute 32.3, nearly 1 second. I think it was 8.5 tenths quicker than the previous lap, but it's still not good enough, and it's still not gonna get us into Q2. And I reduced the tire pressures, but then I increased them a little bit actually, because I felt like higher tire pressures would be better for these high load situations, because the tires are under high load situations through these medium and high speed corners, and I feel like they would respond better and it would be much more useful for us. Down into the final corner we go on our third quali lap. This is our third and final quali lap. We're up by 7.5 tenths. We get a great exit out of the final corner using DRS up to the line. You can see we're out of ERS, but we're up into P13, which is just good enough to get us into Q2 that goes down to P14, because look at our lap time. I mean, we're 2.3 seconds behind the AI, so we're really far behind. I'm not gonna lie, we are really far behind. But Antonio Giovinazzi 2.5 seconds behind the leader, so we were comfortably into Q2 in terms of lap times. But yeah, I used all 3 sets of softs in Q1, which kind of ruined our Q2 run right from the very beginning, because we didn't have like very fresh tires. They were pretty fresh, but we didn't have tires that were in mint condition. So I went out on a used set of soft tires, and I'm trying to optimize my run. I'm trying to see how well I can do. I'm especially trying to beat my Q1 time, because if I can't beat my Q1 time, there's no way I'm getting into Q3. You can see it's a 1 minute 31.7, which is 2/10 slower than our Q1 time. This is not looking good for us. And I went for a second consecutive lap, and we were actually gaining so much time. We gained 3/10, which is a pretty good gain. And we ran out of fuel, which explains so much. It explained why we were doing so well. It's because the car was lighter and it had less fuel in it, so we were going faster. And now we're going for another run in Q2. You can see we're doing much better now. Actually, not much better, but we did better. It's around 1 to 1.5 tenths up on our previous lap, up on our best lap. And you can see that it's still not better than our run in Q1, and I couldn't do better than that. I mean, I didn't have a fresh set of tires. We kind of used them all up just to get into Q2, and we finished Q2 in P14 behind our teammate. And yeah, we were 2.7 seconds off the pace. There was no way we were getting into Q3, and we weren't even last in that session. I mean, Antonio Giovinazzi didn't do as well either, but yeah, it was a good run. I feel like it wasn't a good run, but I feel like I got some good experience around the circuit, and hopefully that I'll do well in the race.
Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. Unlike many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
From the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Perez, Lando Norris and Ricciardo, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly and Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Vettel, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, George Russell and Mick Schumacher, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So now let's get through this race strategy. It's going to be interesting because I've never raced here before on the F1 game, so I wonder what the strategy and how is going to be like, and I wonder how the tires are going to work. It's asking us to spend more time on the mediums more time on the softs than the mediums, which I did not notice when I was doing the stream until I was actually racing and halfway through the race, and they asked me to come in on lap number 6. I was like, that's way too early, but I didn't notice that on the race strategy. But you'll see how that plays out later as we go to 5 red lights for the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit. It's lights out and away we go. You can see we get a pretty bad start off the line. I mean, we're losing positions to Giovinazzi and Russell, but we make a massive dive bomb down to turn 1. We make a bit of contact with Alonso's rear tires. I left overtake mode on through turn 2. Not a good move. That did not help us out. We're up in a P12 though, so it's a relatively good start. I wanted to go down the inside of Tsunoda, but the corner is just not a really good overtaking spot, and like I said, it kind of ruins the overtaking there. But now coming through the S section, you can see we got that S section down. It's not actually an S section, but it's like a sequence of really high speed corners, and we got that section pretty well, and we've closed up back to Tsunoda. Am I gonna make an overtake down to turn 13? Yes, I am. We stick to the inside curve. We really dive for that apex. We made a bit of contact with the AlphaTauri, but otherwise, apart from that, that was a really nice overtake. I really enjoyed making that one. Onto later on in lap number 1, you can see I'm trying to close up to Alonso ahead because he did make a bit of a gap while I was trying to get past Tsunoda. You can see in the final corner we actually closed up a lot because he's kind of stuck in a bit of a train, and I have a bit more clear air. It's not really clear air, but I'm not stuck in a train just yet, so I can catch up to him in these heavy braking zones. And you can see through turn 1, I mean, we're right on his rear end. I optimized my exit out of turn 2 and through turn 3. I won't make a move into turn 4. I'll just have to think about my racing lines through the next high speed section to try and make an overtake, maybe in this high speed section, but no, I think that's unlikely. I think the overtake will be coming at turn 13. You can see how I'm optimizing my racing lines, although I do mess up the braking a little bit and I run wide. And you can see through here we actually went off the track. I feel like track limits there will be a huge issue, although in real life the curb is pretty thick there. I was thinking about a move around the outside of turn 13. I don't think that would work out because he's on the inside. The banking will help him out. It's not banked enough for moves around the outside. Down into turn 16, I was so close to Alonso that it got a little bit awkward. I didn't really get my braking right. I tried to optimize the exit though, and I'm using the slipstream and overtake mode here down into turn 22 through these long flowing corners down to turn 22. You can see I go for a move down the inside, and I kind of have to squeeze him out because it's so high speed and it's not really a hard braking zone. That's kind of awkward trying to overtake there, and it's a little bit difficult, and I feel like drivers will have to be very careful not to make contact and not to ram each other into the walls by accident at corners like this. But yeah, down to turn 1, you can see again we had to catch up the gaps. That's what, when you're racing here and you're making overtakes, you do lose time to the car ahead, so you need to rely on these heavy braking zones like turn 4 and turn 1 and that final corner to try and catch up to the car ahead. You can see, like we did with Alonso, we're thinking about our racing lines. We're thinking about how we're gonna go through these corners. You can see I actually cut that corner and I gained so much time on Gasly, but I decided to do it again. I want to do fair racing. I don't want to cut corners here, and I don't want to make any unfair overtakes or gain an advantage by going off the track, so I did do that again. And you can see we didn't make a move down to turn 13 because we were just too far back. DRS is enabled, so we did have DRS down that straight, but then again so did Gasly because he is in a bit of a train. Down to turn 16 again, it's a little bit awkward. I did the same thing that I tried with Alonso, but it didn't work as well this time. And there are yellow flags on lap 3 already. Lap 3 or 13, there are already yellow flags. I don't know why they went green. They're going green and yellow, which is confusing me. But I saw a Perez that went off the track, and I lost so much time to Gasly because I got distracted because I saw that Perez went off the track. He has a technical problem. I completely missed the apex of turn 22, which did not help my run, and it did not help my attempts to overtake Gasly. But you can see I'll just catch up to him again, just like I did previously. And I'm using a lot of overtake mode. Yeah, this is true. Overtake mode burns out really fast at this circuit. You're on the throttle so much. It's such a high speed circuit, and it's a street circuit, which is so ironic. It's narrow, yet it's so fast. But yeah, you can see closing up to him again. I didn't use overtake mode here because I feel like I didn't need to. But yeah, this is a very high energy usage circuit, and you can see we closed up so much to Gasly because he was going so slow that we actually made contact with his rear right tire. That was unintended. He just slowed down so fast. And here again, I'm being careful, but we are hit with a bit of dirty air, and we do run wide. Now coming through turn 12 down this back straight, I'm using DRS. I'm using ERS. I don't think I used ERS. I used slipstream, but I couldn't make a move. And again, onto lap number 5, I was pretty frustrated by now. I just wanted to get past this AlphaTauri, and we did through turn 1. We kind of squeezed him out a little bit through turn 2, but that's alright. We did make the move. We didn't get a penalty for it, and I feel like we're gonna see the drivers getting the elbows out at places like turn 1, turn 2, where it's really narrow, where they know that they can secure the position if they put the other driver in a position where he can't fight back. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. Now down into turn 13, we've already caught back up to Leclerc. I do the thing with the racing line. I do the same thing I did earlier, where I try to cut back in, but it didn't work this time because I just got hit with so much understeer, and now I'm relying on the final corner to catch up, but I get a horrible snap of oversteer, and we actually lose so much time out of the final corner. And I'm not coming into the pits this early because we barely have any tire wear. I mean, we do have tire wear, but it's like very little, and I don't think that it's the right time to pit because I'm so fast. Like coming through turn 2, you can see that we kind of barge past Leclerc. We actually don't get past him because he has more grip on those soft tires. Around the outside of turn 4, can we make this move work? And we actually made the move work around the outside of turn 4. That was a nice move. It kind of got a little bit rough and a little bit dirty through turn 1, turn 2. I didn't intend to do that, but I was trying to overtake him, and I ended up getting hit with oversteer while battling the Ferrari. And instead of going into the pits now, I stay out because I still have the grip, and Sainz is still out here on the soft tires, remember. So I'm trying to make a move. I feel like I have more grip than him because he does have tire wear from those soft tires. I optimize my exit out of turn 2, doesn't work as well, but now I'm using the slipstream and overtake mode down to turn 4. Can I make the overtake? Yes, I can. So maybe the overtaking spot of turn 4 isn't that bad. Maybe it is possible to make some really good overtakes through turn 4, and we just proved that. And as soon as I made that insane overtake, I had like such a horrible run through the next section, and I just ran wide at pretty much every corner, and I left myself so vulnerable to Sainz through turn 22 and turn 23. Again, I mess it up, and you lose time down this whole section, down this whole curve into the final corner. You mess up that chicane, you lose time the whole way, and you can see that I'm actually having a really nice battle with Sainz down the inside into turn 27, the final corner. And now I think we are going to come into the pits this time. I overtook him just before we came into the pits, and we're coming in now, lap number 8, and this is very surprising. We got a speeding penalty when we hadn't even reached the pit limiter line, which I absolutely do not get. But I did redo that. I felt like that was ridiculous penalty, but I redid that part. It didn't make sense to me to get a penalty. And why are we stuck in the pit lane? We're stuck in the pit lane because Esteban Ocon had to come into the pits, and we're out of the pits behind Sainz. So much of our work is undone. Why are we in P7? We overtook Gasly. We already overtook Alonso. We already overtook actually I'm still ahead of Alonso. And you can see again the pit exit. We got a penalty again. I just don't get this pit exit and the pit lane rules. I feel like it's very tight and very strict. But yeah, we're back behind Sainz and Gasly, and what's worse is we're way faster than them. Look at this. He's hampering me so much because I'm stuck behind him. He's on a cold set of mediums. I'm on a fresh set of softs. I have so much more grip, and the car is just feeling so good right now, but I can't because of this dirty air and because of the car holding me up. That's like the third time I made contact with his rear end on this lap as soon as we came out of the pits. So yeah, down to turn 13, I'm overtaking him. I mean, I've been stuck behind him for a few corners now, and it's very frustrating to be stuck behind a car that's that much slower than you. We're closing up on Gasly now. I kind of have to back out here because he just didn't leave me the space, although I got a really good exit through turn 18 and 19. And yeah, I'm trying to pull alongside Gasly. He is leaving me just enough space so that I don't get rammed into the wall. Into turn 22 now, I'm gonna make the overtake. I'm gonna squeeze him out a little bit just to secure that position, but I think he will have DRS down this long curve coming to the end, towards the end of the lap. And you can see he does gain time. You can see from the proximity arrows that he is closing up so much. He goes for the move around the outside because I defend the inside line, and through the final corner we go. We nail the exit. He is still right there behind us, and I think there's a little bit of a train, but I feel like we will extend that gap because I'm definitely much faster, and he is going to be stuck in my dirty air. Down into turn 1, actually he makes another attempt, but we just have much better grip, and we're able to secure the position. And I'm actually enjoying the circuit a lot more on the softs because A, I'm not stuck in traffic, I'm in plenty of clean air, and B, hold on a second, there's a safety car because Kimi Raikkonen and Nicholas Latifi are out of the session. I was saying that the fresh tires, it's much better with the fresh tires, and there's no dirty air. And whoa, that is a big crash. What just happened there? Oh my god, they just kind of rammed into each other. Well, yeah, I think Raikkonen must have hit the wall or something, got some damage, and then Latifi just ran into Raikkonen, which kind of destroyed both cars. And yeah, I want to look at that replay again. You can see Raikkonen is kind of like spinning around on the track, and Latifi can't really do much to avoid that because he's going at such high speed. This is a bit of a worry as Mick Schumacher just goes through both of them. But yeah, this is a bit of worry in the real life Grand Prix. They're going so fast at a street circuit that's so narrow at some points that if one person crashes, it could cause serious issues for other cars as well. Hopefully in the real life race we don't see any massive crashes, and it's all safe racing, and the safety car is coming in pretty much as soon as I catch up to it. And this is a huge opportunity for us because you can see I'm already about to overtake Lando Norris. I'm using overtake mode, I'm being very careful, and now we hit the pedal to the metal, and you can see we're pushing down full throttle down to turn 1. I kind of lost time because Norris was so slow. Norris defense, we dive down the inside of Norris and Ricciardo, overtaking both McLarens in one go down into turn 1. We're up in a P4 now. I'm so close to the podium. I can see that podium right in front of me. As we look at the replay of that dive bomb, that was a beautiful dive bomb. I didn't even lock up. I mean, that just felt so good making that dive bomb. But now I'm chasing after Bottas. I want that podium because I feel like we've earned that podium. We've had luck on our side as well today, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, we've had a really good run through this race, and now I want to get that podium. I want to overtake Bottas. Do I do the overtake now? No, because I need to be patient. I still have an entire lap left after this. I want to be careful. I don't want to crash out of the race, and I don't want to get damaged because I feel like that would be a waste of all of the progress that we've made so far through turn 16 and 17. You can see we got a pretty good run. I mean, we didn't get a really good run, but we have caught up to Bottas a little bit, and now through this long section, this is very important. We're using overtake mode, we're using the slipstream, and it's super crucial that we do well through here. You can see again optimizing the exit, slow in, fast out. You can see I don't have DRS yet because DRS has not been enabled yet after the safety car, but we're using ERS. We've used all of our deploy this lap, and down into the final corner we switch back him. We don't switch back him actually, we kind of fake going to the right, and we go down the inside on the left side of the track, and we make that overtake down into turn 27. And yeah, we gotta defend now though, because Bottas is trying to make a move around the outside, but we have the inside line. We're defending pretty nicely, and yeah, I feel like we've secured that position. We're on the soft tires. We're in a much slower car, but the soft tires and the medium tires, there's a clear difference. I mean, I'm catching up to Hamilton, although I feel like I won't be able to get past Hamilton for the podium. That Verstappen and Hamilton, they're just too fast, and we took the chance of overtaking Bottas while we had the chance. And as I say that, we ran wide through the I think that was turn 11 and 12, and we kind of lost time now. And I'm pushing hard. I'm trying to catch up to Hamilton to maybe see if there's a chance of grabbing second, but you can see we were not close enough, and we lost time. And that was such a nice race. We're on the podium, finishing in P3 in an Aston Martin after starting in P14. That was a great race at the Jeddah Corniche Circuit on the F1 2021 game. I hope the race is like this in real life. We got driver of the day. I feel like we really earned that. But yeah, I hope the race is as exciting in real life. That would be so fun to watch, because I really enjoyed playing this race on the F1 game. There are some parts of the circuit that definitely encourage good racing, and hopefully the drivers make use of that and have some nice battles on track in today's race, and hopefully it will be a good treat for the fans at this new circuit in Formula 1.
But here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.